Okay, we've got
It's
Jenna
very close,
Ferris.
yeah.
Got Jenna Ferris, surf ski winner today. Tell me about the race.
The race was incredible, much better than I ever expected it to be. My heat was really shocking. You know, I had an absolutely appalling start on the heat. Had to really catch up, and I wasn't really confident going to the final because there are some girls coming up through juniors who have been flying. I mean, Ellie Parker's got an amazing start. She just gets on and flies. Emily Corrin, she is the defending champion, and I know that she's really, really improved throughout the whole year. I've heard rumours of her beating boys in training, and I knew what she was capable of. So I was really surprised that I managed to win by a decent enough distance. You know, it wasn't as close as it could have been. But also I had a much better start in the final. I managed to jump on my ski and I was within sort of half a boat length of Ellie Parker, who's always got a really good start. So yeah. I thought if I could do that, then that was the main thing. I just played it safe, really.
And how's your training been going for this event?
Really well. I mean, the hard thing for me is that because I live up country, I live in Windsor. It's really hard to get in the sea, so I was really thankful that the surf was really flat today, because Polzeath's really well known for huge surf, choppy conditions. I was here this time last year on my hen do and it was enormous, and also last year at the Nationals it was really bad as well. I didn't race then, but so for training for me, I train pretty much on the river, so I don't really do jump starts. I just do kind of aerobic paddles and sort of hard training. But so I was really pleased that it was flat, and I was very lucky, to be honest.
And how does this, obviously you had the disappointment of missing out on the GB side for this summer's Olympics. Has this kind of filled a bit of a gap that there might have been, or how do you feel about this performance?
To be honest, surf ski has always been my first love. I think the reason I moved into flat water kayaking was because of the kind of higher challenge it gave you, because you know, there's more people that do it. The standard is generally higher because people are able to do it full time. They're able to train full time, which means they're able to, you know, hit a much higher level. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to go to the Olympic Games. But for me, it was never really a sport that I loved. The sport that I loved was surf ski. And to come back here, I mean, obviously I wanted to win. I wanted to get the title back that I won, you know, first 10 years ago. But yeah, the main thing about surf ski racing and all of surf lifesaving is that even if you're not winning, the races themselves are still really, really good fun. And obviously it's disappointing if you don't do as well as you wanted to do. But on a day like today, you can't really not have a good day, to be honest.
And what are your thoughts about sort of the Worlds in November? Are you
got to get selected first? I'm really, really hopeful to go to the Worlds. I think the advantage that I have is that ski is something that British people do tend to do well in. So if you do well in the ski race, you've got a really good chance of getting definite points, possible medals. So I think for me, that's probably the reason why I'm in a reasonably strong position. But that said, there are some really, really brilliant all-rounders. So people like Ellie Parker, Rhian Thomas, who will be able to pick up points across lots and lots of different events. Whereas for me, it's mainly the ski and the board. Probably mix it in the sprint relay. So I mean, there are really quite a good handful of girls that could get selected this year. So it's going to be really tight, and I think it just depends where the priorities lie for the selectors, that sort of thing.